So you are the youngest poet to serve as poet laureate in Indiana. How did you get that position, and what was that experience like for you?
I'm not actually poet laureate. I was nominated. And
Oh, you were nominated.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Nominated. That's okay. I was the youngest nominee ever in the state of Indiana, and therewith, I think that's why I probably don't have the position because of my age.
How did you get nominated? Did somebody else nominate you, or was it something you submitted yourself? Or
No, my city actually nominated me. So the people in the city, Indiana's poet laureate nominations are community based.
Okay.
So the community nominates who they would like to see as poet laureate, and then a panel of 5 educators from different colleges in the state of Indiana determine who the poet laureate should be. And so I think I was in the final. I know I was in the top 5 in regards to who was going to actually get it, which was very cool. But Norbert Croft actually received the honor in 2008, and he will carry the post until 2010, and there will start the process again. For the state of Indiana, you have the term for 2 years, and you just traveled around the state of Indiana, really explaining what poetry is and how it could be used and why it's important, and why the job of the poet is the backbone of the city and the community and the state, essentially.
very cool. You have a company known as Reflections Inc. And something I've noticed about you from being around you is that you're definitely really on top of your business game. What has been the biggest challenge of conducting business as an artist, and what business advice would you give to any artist interested in making their career their art form?
The biggest challenge of owning a business and being an artist is that you have to be able to separate the two. You know, as an artist, sometimes you can say, I'm going to put this off to the side, wait till it comes to me, be able to, get into this mode, and when it comes, it will come.
Right.
And as a business person, things don't work like that, You have to set deadlines. You have to be able to get up at a certain time, finish what is on your plate for that day. There's no leftovers in business. You have to be able to meet those deadlines, and sometimes artists don't understand that. And so in order to operate that, you have to separate yourself. There's a duality that you have to go through. And so that has been the most difficult part. And sometimes as an artist, the business part can outweigh the artistry, and sometimes you can feel bogged down by all of the business that you have to do, and then there's not enough time to create, and you feel pressure to create. So in that aspect, you have to be able to separate and set goals and be very organized. And sometimes artists are not that. We are not as organized as we should be. So that has been the most difficult thing. But what I love about being a business and an artist is that I am a business.
Nice. Exactly.
You must treat me as if I am a corporation. I am a brand, and I will not allow you to treat me as just an artist. One of the things that we were watching today with Michael Jackson and the whole Sony debacle is that he was saying they didn't think that I was wise enough to know my business. And when I leave Sony, I'm going to own half of it, And that's a beautiful thing about being a smart artist and a business person. And so that is the thing when it comes to owning yourself. When nobody else owns you, and you make the decisions about who you are in your artistry, and you know what direction you want to go and how you want to get there, that it is key to owning yourself. So that's the wonderful thing that I love about being a business.
Very cool. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Yourself, your company? Like, what's the next big thing for Tasha?
I think the best is yet to come. The next big thing for me is being able to be seen more in regards to realms that poets are not necessarily supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like performing at the Oscars,
Nice.
or winning spoken word categories, and not just reading a book in regards to the Grammys, but actually being a performing artist. My goal too is to be a servant leader, to provide the service for my community, for the state of Indiana. Indiana right now is currently in the top 3 as it relates to high school dropouts, and our education system needs to be totally revamped. And poetry is the best way to increase reading and writing levels in regards to comprehension, in regards to understanding what you read and knowing how to articulate that, what you read onto paper, or even to orate what you have read. And so to go back and give to my community and say, okay, I have $3 million for the Indianapolis Public Schools, and okay, how are we going to do this to make sure that the kids who are being left behind are no longer left behind, not necessarily with testing, but actually knowing that they have the ability to critically think for themselves. So it's that in the next 5 years, I want to be able to be in a position to give back more so than I do now.
Very
financially,
cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So where can the people find you to find out more about your work, your tours, like everything?
Yo, I am TashaJones.com.
Very simple, very easy.
Yeah, you can check me out at IamTashaJones.com, and everything is consistent. Like I said before, I am definitely a brand, so you can check me out at IamTashaJones.com. You can email me at IamTashaJones@yahoo.com. The Facebook is the same, the Twitter is the same, the MySpace is the same. So if you want to check me out, it's IamTashaJones.com. TASHA, not TOTASHA. IamTashaJones.com.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Tasha.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Signing out.